We're drifting on the Uruguay riverside in the really fast water. Put a cast out with a 150 Scorpion and had a 3.5 metre depth dib on it because it was fairly shallow at the time, the water levels were low. I got slammed by a nice fish, estimated around 35 pounds, and he jumped repeatedly. When he got close to the boat, he actually jumped right up onto the gunnel, the coaming of the boat, and bounced back in. Fantastic fish, I'll never forget that. Beautiful, this is what we travel halfway around the world for, to catch the beautiful Golden Dorado. Fantastic sport fish. Well fella, you've earned your freedom. I'll let you go now.
Una, dos, tres, cuatro.
Dorado is one of the most powerful and beautiful freshwater fish on the planet. Argentina offers the widest diversity of environments in which it is found. La Zona is located on the Uruguay River near the city of Concordia, in the province of Entre Rios. There resides the biggest Dorados of the world, in an area of river shared by two countries, Argentina and Uruguay. This waterway forms a natural border between both countries. La Zona covers the first 500 meters under the Salto Grande Dam, where Dorados find refuge, food and oxygen, essential for the proliferation of the species. Colin Roberts, editor of Fishing Wild, together with two experienced fishermen, contacted Mariano Ravisa, editor of WildRivers.net, to challenge these freshwater gladiators, the biggest predator of Argentina's rivers. They planned this trip 1 year in advance and crossed the world from Australia in search of Dorado, also known as Tiger of the Rivers.
My name's Cole Roberts, I'm editor of Fishing Wild magazine. I'm based in Perth in Western Australia, and of course my main interest is fishing and photography.
My name's Cam McPherson. I'm a Western Australian from Australia, the Australian West Coast, out here to do some fishing. Had a wonderful time.
G'day, I'm Patrick, I'm from Australia, and my only interest is fishing, and that's why I'm in Argentina at the moment to fish for Dorado.
Listo, ¿vos empezás? Los mato jugando. Los mato jugando, dice.
La Zona is covered only by 2 vessels, Monday to Thursday, and a special permit is needed to fish these waters. Catch and release is the only practice allowed, and Argentina's authorities strictly control this protected area. These factors assure the presence of one of the biggest freshwater fish in the world, the Dorado.
I only recently found out about La Zona when I saw the photos of how big they were. I just had to come. I mean, these are the biggest Dorado in the world and totally different to other Dorado that I've caught simply because of the size and in such a unique situation, fishing below a hydro power station, a dam wall, such a small area, such a large concentrated number of fish. Oh, it's just magic.
When I travel these days, I try not to have too great expectations because they never are accurate. So I just go and hopefully catch some Dorado. I've never caught them before, so I don't know how strong they're going to fight. So just hope that I've prepared my equipment properly and that we go to a place that's got good Dorado and we get some good fishing. But I don't have any expectations because if you have expectations, then you can be disappointed.
Oh, you don't really have expectations of a trip. You look up the internet and find out what you can about it, particularly in view of what sort of gear you should bring and what sort of lures, hooks, spinners, whatever.
Very nice. Baby Dorado in La Zona. Bambino. Very good fish. Mojara Dorado. I've just got to go back. There we go. Thanks, Robert.
Listo.
Okay, I've bought a 30-pound spinning outfit, a Stoller 6000, matched with a appropriate rod to suit that, and that's proved ideal. I also had a custom-made built 3-piece threadline outfit, but I found that was just a bit too heavy, so something about that's comfortable to cast with all day because you're always doing hundreds or thousands of casts a day. So that's been a pretty good outfit.
I bought a Loomis, one of the Escape series rods with a Stella 6000 reel, loaded with 30-pound line, a series of Halco lures from Australia, manufactured in Australia, which proved very, very good lures here. Didn't break. We did upgrade the hooks on them to owners because of the ferocity of the fish here. Also bought some spare rods, a bait caster and matching rod, and a pig stick, I call it, in case the fish were so big that you really needed something to try and get them off the rocks. But that wasn't needed.
Oh, come off, did it?
Sí, debe ser, siempre borramos.
How much was he?
21.
21. Hop. Qué hermoso, loco. Yep.
Qué bueno todo, ¿eh?
Ahí va. Salte, salte, salte.
Dale, dale.
Salte, 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 salte. Salte.
Got it? Look at the rock. Soltale más línea. Rapala Magnum, number 12.
It's a big Dorado.
¿Está?
La que se va.
Ahí está, soltalo. Listo. Palabras. Wonderful.
La Zona. The best place.
Buy decent gear because these fish are going to sort you out big time. They're very, very powerful fish, so I'd recommend 30-pound braided line, of course a wire leader, a spinning outfit and a rod that's comfortable to use to be able to make lots of casts. And we've brought with us a lot of Australian lures, such as this 150mm Halco Scorpion with various diving depths. That's 5 metres, it's also 3.5 metres, 8 metres, and of course extra strong owner hooks and trebles to be able to withstand the powerful jaws of the Dorado. Pretty essential. Colour, fluoro colours, this sort of colour, gold colours. I don't think colour's that important, but just a good action on a lure.
Certainly bring plenty of lures because it's quite rough terrain and lure losses are a pretty high risk. the equipment that we bought some 10 kilo braid and some 15 kilo braid, and I don't think I'd use 10 kilo for them, just because if you hooked a really big one in some of the really rocky areas, I think it would just be too fine a line. It'd be a nice capture on 10 kilo, but I think you'd probably be better off with at least 15. That would be my main suggestion. And bring a spare rod at least, because I've already broken one.
Yeah, these Halco lures have a different size, different shaped bibs on them, which make them swim at different depths. They're locked into position by a little pin which goes in here. Now if we push that pin out, like so, the bib can come out. Okay, that's an 8 metre bib. And I'm changing that to a 5 metre bib, which just slots straight back in there, and the locking pin is replaced. Just pushed back in. Now he swims at 5 metres. Three and a half metre bib, 5 metre bib, and an 8 metre bib. So we'll swim at different depths. Also replace the small treble hooks on them to conform with fishing conditions, local fishing conditions here. We've just replaced them with a one barb and a heavier duty treble to swim either on this unit or forward unit, because the fish attack from the head normally.
beautiful. This is what we travel halfway around the world for, to catch some beautiful Golden Dorado. Fantastic sport fish. Well fella, you've earned your freedom. I'll let you go now. Drifting on the Uruguay riverside in the really fast water, put a cast out with a 150 scorpion and had a 3.5 metre depth bib on it because it was fairly shallow at the time, the water levels were low. I got slammed by a nice fish, estimated around 35 pounds, and he jumped repeatedly. When he got close to the boat, he actually jumped right up onto the gunnel, the coaming of the boat, and bounced back in. It was a fantastic fish. I'll never forget that.
Oh, yes, we didn't do it soon enough. The last day we fished. I had a lure that was fouled, and it was just skipping across the surface of the water, and a Dorado came and whacked one way and then turned around and whacked the other way, and we just said, you know, would surface poppers, fizzes work here? And I thought, oh yes, yeah, it's great, and this is just on dark. Well, we put some out and had a couple of runs with the fizzes, and it was probably the best half hour's fishing that we had, just the most action. They attacked it right, left and centre. Very hard to stay hooked to them, but oh, there was a lot of action on the surface, and it's all visual, which is great.
Tiene esa gorilla. Qué animal, boludo. Patrick. Qué hermoso, ¿no? ¿Eh?
Beautiful.
And Patrick.
La Zona. Not too bad. The Mahara grows very big. Gracias, brother.
Bueno,
Un gusto.
vamos, Marian. Vale.
It's advisable to use 8 to 12 weight rods with floating and fast sinking lines. Relatively short leaders terminating with shock wires of 20 pounds. Big saltwater style patterns are the most effective in the Zona.
Dorado.
Congratulations.
Really nice Dorado here in La Zona with a fast sink line and a yellow flying.
Dale, que te dije que se cambie.
The guy told me that change the fly. I was with the black one.
Listo.
Ah, pásame acá. Now we tagging the fish. We weigh the fish, tag the fish and release.
Great fishing.
After fish for 4 days, they fulfill all their expectations, with Dorados of 16 to 40 pounds. It was an unforgettable trip, full of emotions. Dorado is an extraordinary fish, and La Zona is undoubtedly one of the best places to find it.
Muy fácil, prendo la cámara y lo cago. Okay.
Right.
Thank you very much.
That's okay.
Ah!